what's up? It's your girl Siobhan. Thank you for tuning into my channel, Bohemian Soul. To anyone brand new, welcome. I love to make videos talking about life and spirituality, and sometimes I do cards. And to everybody else that's been here, you already know what the deal is. I just came by to just, drop a few lines and check on everybody. I'm gonna draw some cards too, but yeah. I'm trying to think what my week was like today. I didn't really do anything exciting. It's finally starting to warm up, which I'm like super happy about, because like I really can't. I don't know, like I don't mind the winter time, but I mind it. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those people that's just not really satisfied. There's always one thing and then the next. So, but that sounds like humans. But no, yeah, I just had a few things that were on my mind that I wanted to just drop a few lines on you guys. I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and I was like really thinking to myself, like, you really got to be careful when you're asking for advice from people. Because a lot of the times, most people, the advice that they have to give you is not the same advice that they would have for themselves. The expectations that even the standards that people have for other people are nowhere near what they have for their own selves. You know what I mean? Like, like sometimes I'll ask people questions just to pick their brain to see where they at. Like, oh, what would you do if you were in this situation? Well, for me, I would do X, Y, Z, boom, 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 whatever. And I'm just like, you answer that shit way too fast. You know you lying. You know you a damn liar. Like, you got to be really careful, because not everybody can take the time to like really process what it is that you're saying, what makes sense. You know what I mean? Like from like a bird's view. Is that what it is? Bird's eye view, whatever. Like not a lot of people could step outside of themselves, step outside of other people, and like really put themselves in like a full situation to be able to give you like a really, really sound advice. Like, how many times have we, like, seen somebody be like, oh, if it was my man, I would have done this, done that. Or if it was my girl, that would never happen, da-da-da-da. And then it happens, It's just like, what do you, like, I feel like people just be on autopilot all day long. Like, it's just like, you so trained. Like, this is how I know for a fact that in society is a big issue, number one. But this is how I know for a fact that in society, we're just bred to be a certain way. From kids, they catch us early on. They catch us from our youth, because it's easy to try to take a child and kill their dreams, or kill whatever makes them alive, or kill their expectation. It's so easy to do that because kids are so open. They're so open-hearted, so sensitive, like in a very good way, and unfortunately, like, the world just has a way of just shutting all of that down. Like, this is what you're going to be doing. This is how you're going to live your life. This is what it is. There's just no questioning it. That's just life, and a lot of us, we're bred to believe that we're supposed to be this way. Like, men are supposed to act this way. Women are supposed to act this way. And it's just like, says who? You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe certain things, obviously, like, you can't really change a lot of things or whatever. Like, certain things you can't change, like, especially like with your biological makeup and whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like, people love to give a rehearsed answer. Like, people don't even know who they are. They don't even know what makes them tick. They know nothing. They're just kind of like literally just going on autopilot because, again, we've been made to be a certain way. And not a lot of people will sit back and question who they are, what they actually think, which is why you got to be really careful who you ask advice from, because a lot of people are not coming from a standpoint that really makes sense, or is something that they even like really believe in, or is something that they've even really truthfully thought about. But yeah, I was just thinking about that with a conversation that I had that had me like, yo, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of people wanting to like act as if I don't know, they some sort of gurus, or they just know the way of the world and how everything works. And it's just like, yo, if you only knew just how far away you was from the truth. You know what I mean? Like, if you only knew just how far away from the truth you actually were. It's crazy to me. All right, I'm gonna draw some cards. What I want to ask? What do you guys want to know about? Maybe we could do something like, what do we have? What good things are coming to us, or what things are going to be coming to us in the next few months? You know, spring has sprung, and to me, spring kind of like symbolizes like new beginnings and, you know, planting seeds, whether it's like for prosperity, like, or, you know, vitality, or just projects and anything, you know, like it's a perfect time to start something. So what does life have in store for us, all my viewers watching, over the next few months? Let's see what we get. Wow. You would think that at this point I'd be better at, you already know the deal though. You already know, like, I drop the cards every time. Don't mind the hole in my shirt. I've been like trying to cover it. You would think that I would just change it damn shirt before I started the video, but I kind of was just like, all right, maybe they want to see it, but Let me draw one more. Oh my, Siobhan, what are you doing? What are you doing, sis? Okay. So, first card I drew was the 10 of Water, which is a really good card. It's pretty much the card of fulfillment. Basically, it's, you know, referring to like everything coming in full circle, you know, like just like almost like a celebration. So maybe a bunch of us have, you know, used this time in quarantine to like been working to work on ourselves, whether it's things within us or working on like our finances. I've been seeing a lot of people post talking about that they're like becoming debt free, which I think is amazing. Kudos to everyone who's been working on getting themselves out of debt and you know, easing up the stress and the things that come with that situation, you know. I think also a lot of people have been working on just creating like better relationships with people. I know that now, like, it's harder. I feel like also with the fact that, you know, we're not really seeing as much people as much as we can, like, you realize the value in like companionship. I'm not just talking about like with relationships. I'm talking about with friends, with family, you know, just even seeing people on the street sometimes, you know, like having like casual organic conversations. Like there's like so much like richness and value in that we don't really pay attention to, because, you know, our lives are always on like on a fast pace, you know, like we're just moving too fast. Now it just seems as if we got we got the time to like slow down and like really like just appreciate the things that we maybe never got to appreciate. So definitely a good card. Definitely a good card for like fulfillment and feeling like, yo, you've accomplished something. Water also represents emotion, so that's really nice. Stabilization, and that's pretty good. However, I drew the Son of Water in reverse. Basically, this is in the regular tarot deck. This is the page of Cups. So usually, like with the page cards, it's kind of like a card of like momentum, like jumping into something. So even though like a bunch of us have been working on ourselves, maybe for others it might be a time to start working on your inner self. Like I feel like a lot of us are still out here looking for things outside of ourselves to make us happy. Like you keep on looking for this perfect relationship, or you keep on looking for the next adventure. You want to travel, you want to do this, you like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's not right or like not good, but I feel like, you know, when we don't want to deal with our own emotions or our own feelings, we tend to like try to jump to the next thing so that way we can distract ourselves from having to do any inner work or feeling the things that we need to feel, you know. So maybe definitely it's a time for some to slow down and be like, all right, well, as much as I want to go on vacation, or as much as I want to go like have fun and party all day long, like, yo, that's not what life is all about. You know, we got so much going on that like you can't just possibly only think about that. And I get it, because, you know, I know a lot of people, like all of us, we're going through like a lot of like mental challenges, you know, because we're living in a world that we're not used to, you know, like we're not used to like living like this. Yo, to this day, like every time I step outside my house and like I just, you know, see everyone with a mask on, like it baffles me, like it blows me, like that I can't believe, like I was telling somebody the other day, you couldn't have told me, you couldn't have paid me mad money, you couldn't have told me nothing a year ago. If someone was like, yo, listen, I had a vision that, yo, some virus is gonna break out and everyone was gonna be wearing masks and all this other crazy stuff, I'd be like, you lying, yo, ain't no way in hell, like ain't no way in hell. So it's crazy to me, you know, and I'm pretty sure it's still crazy to a lot of us, you know, and it's a hard thing to grasp, you know. Like I think about children having to like grasp that. I think about people, just everyone in general, like it's just a lot to grasp. And, you know, we gotta be gentle with ourselves and take time and like process what we're really feeling, like, you know, because whatever feelings are coming up, they come up for a reason, you know. It's not there to like torment you or make you feel like, I don't know, like you can't be happy or you can't experience like anything else but just like all these sorrows around you. But you know, the sooner you do the work and deal with yourself, because you have to understand also, like our inner world becomes a reflection of our outer world. So you busy trying to find a perfect relationship, but if you ain't right within, like how you gonna find that? You know what I mean? So definitely just, you know, backtrack a little bit, and even though it's hard, make peace with the shadow. You know what I'm saying? Like the parts that you don't want to deal with, the unknown. Like don't hold on too tight to what you know, because it may not be serving you anymore. I got the Mother of Earth next, which is which one is this? This is the Queen of Pentacles. This is a real good card. This is like Pentacles pretty much deal with like the material world and deal with you know, money, finances, things on the physical plane. And who doesn't want to be like the queen, the mother, the nurturer, you know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe a lot of us are out here just you know, whoever these people are, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, you got to work towards a little bit of this, you know, just some sort of like a balance and using all your resources around you, you know, whether it's, you know, being outside, soaking up the sun, being in the park, go visit some friends, you know. I know that they always be saying like, oh, whatever, but listen, like you take everything you hear, you take with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying, and follow your intuition and what makes sense to you, you know what I'm saying. Like you know what's best. That's just what it is. A lot of us, we don't really hear it because we moving so fast, but you know what's best. But yeah, let's see. We got the nine of air, which is nine of swords. I drew this one in reverse. A lot of us are coming out of things that are bothering us mentally, you know, like the things that are keeping you up at night. Like you're finally starting to get to a point where like you're addressing it. Like, you know, like I don't want to keep going through this consistent creating like all this drama, all this hurt or whatever inside my mind. Like at some point I got to get off this crazy roller coaster, you know, and get back to my life, you know. Like let me address the things that are bothering me. Let me start with what I can, start with where I'm at with what I can, you know. Like everything ain't gonna be perfect, everything gonna be easy. Or sometimes we don't want to deal with like our emotional stuff because we just feel that, you know, facing it kind of just means that we have to, I don't know, like it won't get better, or we're dealing with something that we can't change, which, you know, in a sense, you know, the past, you know, you can't change it. You can't. It is what it is. And honestly, like, ain't no mistakes. As much as we be like, we have regrets and stuff like that, ain't no mistakes. Things kind of pretty much just happen the way they happen because it's meant to teach us something. And when the things that are not so pleasant happen, you just kind of have to find a lesson in it. I won't say find what's good, but like definitely find a lesson in it. And also sometimes it could be a blessing. Like you thinking that, you know, this thing or whatever failed, and you know, you feel like it's the end of the world or whatever, because maybe it was something that meant something to you that, you know, you've been thinking about it since you were a kid or whatever. But, you know, sometimes like, you know, life throws a monkey wrench into our path because we can't see the damage, but it's trying to spare us. But the nine of air in reverse is actually good because, again, it's just showing that you're coming out of whatever debilitating thoughts. It's showing like a love. And if you haven't come out of it, it's you're nearing it. You know, you're nearing a point where you're like, all right, you know what I'm saying? We in a new season now. Like, we got to do something different. Because I don't want to be out here on the struggle bus. I got the 5 of water, 5 of cups. Again, cups represent emotion, harmony. And 5 represents like conflict. So maybe some of us feel as if we lost a battle. Maybe you've been trying really, really hard with somebody to, you know, make peace. Maybe it's even with yourself. You're trying to make some sort of peace with yourself. And every time you build yourself up or you think that things are fine, then out of nowhere, things aren't fine. And, you know, sometimes in life that happens. You know, you get to a point where, because it's just like a never ending journey, you know, like it's just, you know, sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. You got to take the good with the bad, you know, and sometimes it's a lot back to back to a point where you're like, yo, what the fuck, yo, like I just got through some shit and I'm about to go through some other shit. But also don't let that energy put you in a space where, because sometimes what comes from that space is you'll be happy as hell, you'll be having the greatest time of your life, but in the back of your thoughts, like in your subconscious, you're always like, okay, when is this gonna end? When is, you know, like a lot of people think like that. Like, you know, I've had moments where I thought like that, like, oh my god, like I've been through so much shit that now everything is good. Like it's just like, wait, when is bad? Like is it gonna change soon? Like this is it's too perfect, you know. And what you think you attract, you know. So sometimes you gotta like, you just gotta trust in the divine, you know, like, and you say thank you when shit is good, you know, and push whatever thoughts to the back. Like, listen, shit is good. And number 2, it's not gonna always be good, you know. So it's kind of like a safeguard to protect you from when things aren't good, because you can't have good without bad. That's not how life works. It's a part of a balance. It's a system. And those things don't change. So let's draw some oracles. Let's see. I draw like 2 or 3. see what else is going to come up for you guys. Let's see. I got, you are at the divine Y point. I'm going to have to read that one to see what it says. They're just showing y'all the picture. Let me draw. This one says, listen, in stillness you meet your true self. Ooh, wasn't I talking about doing the inner work and slowing down? Because I feel like we just move so fast to the point where, like, you know, we can't even hear our own intuition or what it's trying to tell us. Be still so you can listen and learn. Let me draw one more. This one says the universe. I love spirals. I've been doing like crystal wraps, and a lot of them I've been making like a signature like spirals. Just because I think when I think about spirals, I just think about like just like never ending, like infinity, growth, learning, and just all kind of things like that. Let me tell you what these say real quick. 102. Okay. You are at the divine Y point. At each moment in time and space, there's a choice point. It's been called the divine Y by some of the sages. You are now at such a point. Where will you go? Left or right? Each branch leads to a new possibility, and in turn, even more new possibilities. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming until you realize how to navigate with your heart. It's not just a why, but a why. What is your greatest why for where you are headed? Why do you truly want to evolve? Exploring your greatest impact and contribution. Your heart is a GPS here, navigating the journey. And the good news is there's no wrong choice. You just keep getting rerouted and rerouted back again by your galactic guides, arriving at the same perfect destination in the stars. Interesting. And then let's see, we got 18. Seven to 2. All right, and this one says, it says, shh. Do you hear that? It's a whisper of the universe asking you to listen. The loudest clamor doesn't necessarily correspond to the truest heart. Imagine a pristine lake. If there are too many waves disturbing the surface, you cannot make out what's at the bottom. But when the water is still, the image becomes crystal clear. In stillness, we get the rare opportunity to listen with another set of ears. Quiet contemplation, mindfulness, meditation, and just doing nothing all have been more value in our always-on lives. Everything is talking to us if we simply slow down to listen fully. In those subtle whispers, you will meet your truest self. This is the same one that's been talking to you all along. Wow. Yo, this one hit me because literally I was on the bus today, and I was saying to myself, I was like, damn, yo, like, I was just like, my brain be just on like, like, I'm just like, I don't even be knowing, like, sometimes how to even connect with myself. And I was just like, let me just slow down and pay attention. And that's been something that I was like, all right, that's going to be something I'm going to be doing from now on. Let me just slow down and pay attention. Like, I love waking up super early in the morning because it just puts me like in a calm mood. Like, I like listening to the birds chirping outside, believe it or not, and just being completely like still. And so I was like, I'm going to practice that and like do some like stretching with my body and just like listen to what I need to listen to, you know? And I'm going to advise y'all the same. And then the last one I got is the universe. That one is one. All right. Um, it says the universe is designed to evolve all life through love, light, and a lot of laughter. The universe is the source of all, the fullness of everything out of the seeming no of nothing. The universe is all knowing, but with an elevated view. Trust there is a perfect order within anything and everything that you're experiencing from the limit aspects. The universe has a hilarious sense of humor. I say that all the time. It really do got a sense of humor. To make sure you don't take life too seriously because it's only life after all. Interesting. And the question that it asks is, what is my role to play in the greater story unfolding? All right, all right. Just a lot to sit down and think with. I'm gonna draw. I really like these self-care cards. Let me draw like 3 of these, and then I'm done drawing cards. Let's see what it recommends. I think for my self-care, besides just, listening to myself and, ooh, my candle went out. Listening to my intuition and, making sure that all of my relationships is reciprocal and that I'm not doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I feel like I'm an overdoer, like when it comes to helping people. Like I enjoy helping people always, but I want to make sure that I do so within limits. I'm not, wearing myself too thin. But I'm also going to do a facial. I got this green clay. I haven't tried green clay before. Maybe I have, actually. I'm not sure. But I bought some. And I was like, all right, let me try this and see how this work out. You know what I'm saying? Get the skin popping. Beauty ritual. As I was just talking about doing a beauty ritual. In this picture, this girl, she's like, it looked like she has nail polish. She's like painting her toes. She was painting her toes, I guess. And then I think she's doing henna on her hands. What's that quote? I don't remember this lady where she was like, I'm just going to make everything around me beautiful. That's what I think of when I see this picture. Make everything around you beautiful. Like even when things are falling apart, like there's still beauty. You know what I'm saying? There's still beauty in this world. Like do not let the news, do not let society like just tear you apart from who you are. Like this is why I like watching kids, because kids, they hold so many secrets to life, like their happiness does not come with any conditions. They're just like, whatever, I'm gonna be happy. And we kind of like just need to do the same. Like obviously like they don't got as many responsibilities as us, but we could take a few lessons from them. You know what I mean? This one says, nourish your temple. Definitely be cautious of what you eat. And I feel like nowadays, like, a big percentage of our food is just like trash. Like seriously, like a lot of our food is just trash, straight up. Like we just eating junk all day long. And, also be mindful of your eating. Sometimes I'll admit I'm the type of person that I eat for comfort. Like there'll be times where like I don't want to deal with my emotions. And I noticed this the other day. Something happened. I was pissed off, and I just grabbed this big ass bag of chips, and I was just eating. I'm like, I don't even know if these chips taste good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just eating, and I just had a conscious thought, like, yo, I do that a lot. Like, why do I do that? Like, I was like, oh, cause that shit happened today, and I was pissed off, and I was really mad. Now, because I'm conscious and I'm aware, you know what I'm saying? Now I put the chips down, and like, so my thought is not racing, but like, it's like, okay, well, how that should make you feel? And I'm like, it made me feel like shit, blah, blah, blah. Before you know it, I'm like tearing up, because like there's the emotion that I was trying to push down, with eating and stuff like that. And I'm like, it does nothing, because like, everything is energy, and like tears, like they're cleansing. It needs to be released. We think that it doesn't, but it needs to be released. Let those emotions go sometimes. That's what made me think of when I read Nourishing Your Temple. Drink lots of water, y'all. Drink water. It's good for you. People be out here like not drinking water. I don't understand it. Actually, I do. That was me like in my high school years, but I was mad young, like now I'm like, like no, drink water. like take care of yourself, take a bubble bath, something, you know. All these things are kind of like representing just taking care of like the body, you know, because you only got one vessel. You don't want to fuck it up. And draw one more. Like, don't wait till shit go bad and like try to fix it. Not saying that you can, but you know, it just makes it really hard. Let's see. Actually, oh, back of the deck energy. Dream journal. I always say that I'm gonna write down my dreams, and I never do. Like, because honestly, like, I'll get up and I forget my dreams. Every now and then I get a dream that's so like vivid that I'm like, oh shit, like I'll remember it even after, like I'll wake up and like even moments after. I had a wild dream, y'all. Like, it was wild. This was like a few weeks ago where I was in a store. So weird. I was in a store and I think I was asking the lady in the store to show me where something was at. So I'm following her and we get to a section of the store and she's kind of like, oh my God. She's like, I'm getting strong boy energy right in this area. She was like, you're definitely going to have a boy child. And I was like, what? I don't know what to make of that. All I was thinking was, I just needed something in here. I don't know why I don't even know how that came about, but that's literally what she said to me, Claire's day in a dream. And I don't be remembering most of my dreams, but I remembered that part. And I don't know if I want to have kids. I don't know how I feel about it because for millions of different reasons. Not saying no to it, but I would like to be ready for it, prepared. I don't feel like that's where I'm at now. But yeah, that was wild. But yeah, definitely, if you're a person that dreams a lot, like very clear dreams, but you know, you kind of forget it as you're starting to get up, put like a dream journal like right by your bed. People recommend that all the time. A lot of people feel like, you know, a lot of the dreams that you have tie into, you know, they all kind of tie into each other and they symbolize something. And, you know, the more you get used to writing them down, if you remember them, that you kind of like see like the message or the pattern. I don't know. I never really said, I've written down some of my dreams, but I've never been steady with it because again, I don't always remember my dreams. I get up and I'm just like, blah, 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 whatever, move on. You know what I mean? Like, obviously maybe maybe this is a message for me, like slow down, girl, write your dreams down, see what they might be talking about. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely those are my cards for today. Also guys, I'm doing spiritual, I like to call it spiritual advising, you know, because again, I don't like to say tarot, and I love tarot, like, but I feel like a lot of people get turned off by the tarot because they think, like, you see how I do it, like, I'm not on some, like, okay, so let me tell you what your future is going to be. You're going to meet some, like, I don't operate like that, you know. These are just kind of, it's almost, I won't say it's playful, but it's definitely just like a suggestion because all of these things are suggestive. Like, life is forever changing. Like, even a psychic can't really tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, that can all change. You have the power of free will to change anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the choices are really just always up to you. These are just kind of like tools to kind of help point you in the right direction, you know, because based on what the cards symbolize. It's just suggestive, like maybe you need to focus on this area in your life. And sometimes it holds true to people, you know, like it just helps to kind of gain some clarity or some support, if anything. But I am doing spiritual advising or consultation, whatever you want to call it. If you guys are interested, follow me on my Instagram page. That's Bohemian Soul 88, and I have a link in my bio where you can click to make appointments. You can email me as well. I always leave my email and my information in my YouTube or whatever. So, you know, reach out if you're interested. I would love to like work with people, and you know, it's like therapy pretty much. It's just like you get to like just get whatever you wanted to get out. Like, I'm here to like listen and give the best, you know, direction that I can, pretty much. But yeah, that was my video for today. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate y'all as always. Oh, the full moon is coming up. I did not get to check what the full, you know what? Damn, I don't think I could do it with this. All right. But yeah, the full moon is coming up. Maybe I'll make another video real quick to like just give some suggestions on what you can do and what you can focus on and what you can meditate on to help, you know, center yourself and work with the full moon as well. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave some comments below in the comment section. Holla at your girl. Thank y'all again for listening. Much love. Bye.